gosh. Took the dogs out as I transitioned from the other. And so, okay, let's see, part 2. Yeah, I'm getting tired, so I'm going to try to perk up a little bit here. A little bit, though, not too much. Okay, same drill. I hope you're feeling comfortable with limits at this point. We kind of seen everything there is to see with them. Hopefully there are no surprises for you on the test. I don't think there will be. There won't be. So, anyways, let's get cracking here. Here's h of t. Just a graph, so that's great. This is easy. We're going to 1, so we're going to 1. It looks like that's a general limit, so that is a DNE. Okay, B, however, we're going to 1, but we're coming from the right. So if we're coming from the right, this piece, not this piece, but this piece, we're going to 2. Okay, as we're going to 7. Okay, as we're going to 7, it looks like we were at -3. If we're going to -4 from the right, then it looks like we're at +1. Shoot, what is that? -8? Yeah, -8. Okay, so what about negative? Is that -8? It's hard to see. -8? Okay. All right. Now, this is a good one. -8, it doesn't say from the right or left. Now, if it came from the right, okay, we would be good. We would be at 6. But if we're coming from the left, there's no part of the function for it to grab onto. So there's no coming from the left. So if the left and the right do not connect, then we do have a DNE. So this guy does not exist, okay, because it's a general limit. Now h of -4 is different. Here we go to -4 and we look for the actual value that it's evaluated at, and that would be -5. Okay, so it's this guy is what he's actually defined as. Okay. H of +5 is where the dot is, so that's going to be 0. Okay. All right, that's that. Now here's an interesting question here though. Name the x-coordinate of any point discontinuities. Okay. Now a point discontinuity is where you have the left and the right limit equal the same number, but it's not defined there. Okay. Now the closest candidate we have is that x equals -4. That is in fact the only candidate. Well, this is jump discontinuity here, but this is would-be point if this and this were connected. If they were connected, if this guy sloped down to here and it was open and then we had this filled in, then we would have point discontinuity. But right now as it is, it's still jump discontinuity. So there is actually none, all right, that have point discontinuities here, okay? So here we're going to name the coordinates for all the ones that have jump, okay? So that's going to be -4, x equals 1, and x equals 5. Okay, so you could have just kind of put -4, 1, comma 5. That would have been absolutely acceptable, just like that. Okay, all right. Piece of cake with ice cream in the middle of it. Oh boy. Okay, looks like we're going to we're going to C of f of x, and when we go to C, we get f, and that's the limit. G, it's -4. So now, okay, so now we're just doing, oh man, this is just a plug and chug thing, because all of our rules here tell us that we can absolutely just plug it in for each one of those. So this is just about being careful here and following the order of operations. Okay, they told us that these limits exist, so I can just plug them straight in. So let's see, I'm looking for, okay, so the parentheses here says f of x would be squared as we approach the c. That's going to be 25, okay, minus 3 times f of x is 5, and then g of x is -4, plus, then we're going to square -4, so that'd be 16. All right, so whatever this is, 25 minus, oh, no, plus 15 times 4 is 60, and then plus 16, so that's 84. 5, I'm getting a 101. Is that right? 101? I'm just going to look at my answer key real quick just to verify. All right, so that is correct. So here we go. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. I'm recording, right? Okay. Okay, so as we go to 3, we get a 9, 12, 21 minus 21. So that'd be a 0 over 0. So let's see what happens now. It looks like then if you get a 0 over 0, it's probably x minus 3 is factorable. All right, we've done this before. Factors of negative 21 that add up to positive 4 would be x plus 7 and then x minus 3. Okay, so those guys cross out. So as we approach 3, it would just be 10. Okay. All right, number 5. This guy's going to 2. That would produce a 0 in the denominator. So this guy's kind of, it's not a 0 over 0. This is like a DNE, okay? But because this guy doesn't get, they're asymptotes, okay? Now, because it is squared, that means if I actually, if I were to kind of plug in a 2.1 and then a 1.9, what'll happen is those, if it's 1.9, I would get a positive over positive, and if it was a 2.1, I would actually get a positive over positive. Now, technically, it doesn't exist, okay, and so that's fine. You could put DNE in, no big deal, but this actually also is positive infinity as well, okay, so you can kind of look at it like this. You can say positive infinity or a DNE. So if you need it to be more specific, like on the AP exam, DNE is true, but you could also, maybe positive infinity is the choice, okay? So that means there's asymptotes there. All right, anyways. Okay, so now we go to, let's see, we're going to 4, so we're not going to 0. 0 is usually the trickier one. 4 is going to be a straight plug in here. Let's see what we get. We get 4 pi over 3. Okay, so 4 pi over 3. 3 pi over 3 is here. So 4 pi over 3 would be right there. And that would be, that's a half. And so, and because it's the y value is negative, that would be a negative 1/2. Okay, so sine of 4 pi over 3 is a negative 1/2. Oh, is it? Oh no, it's not. Shoot. Okay, it's not. It's not 1/2. No, don't cross that out. Oh, I'm getting tired. Okay, 4 pi over 3. No, this is the radical 3 over 2. Okay, my bad. I was doing radical 3 and then it swaps once it gets to the pi over 3. Okay, so this is radical 3 over 2, but it would be negative. Okay, so that's the answer. Negative radical 3 over 2. All right, my bad. So here you're going to come from the right, okay, and you're going to plug it in. So let's just pick, it's like 6.1, okay. So 6.1 minus 2, but we're going to find out what that is first, okay, and that would be like a, what is that, minus 2, that would be a 3.9, right? 3.9. Why is this so hard today? I didn't bring my calculator down here either. Oh my God, 3.9. What are you talking about? I hope you're not yelling at the screen right now. You should be, though. That would be a 4.1. Good grief. How can I not subtract decimals? Okay, so the floor function, or the greatest, what is it? There's another way. Least common integer. That's it. It's going to be 4. Okay, you just take the decimal off when you see these floor functions. Okay. All right, so that answer would be 7. All right, now this one right here. So typically you would see this guy, if you are going to 0, it equals 0. But here's the nice thing. Like, you could just, isn't that the same thing? right? If we just took the 2 out like this, it would be like 1/2 times 0, which is still 0. So it doesn't matter what number you have down here. If you have this form, a 1 minus cosine x over x, and you're going to 0, then you're just going to, 95% of the time, it's just going to be 0. Okay? Okay, now remember that we did say this is, this would produce a 0 over 0. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you plugged in a 5, it would be 0 over 0. So what this means then is that this guy would be like we've done many times here. Okay, it's either going to be +1 or -1. So since we're coming from the left, we're going to be the negative version. Okay, so and you can kind of see that, you know, like what if like absolute value functions drive you crazy? Okay, if they do, like me, what you should do is just plug in a number, like get close to it. Like what would happen if you're coming from the left? Wouldn't that be like 4.9, right? Okay, just plug it in exactly as you see it. Oh, just do that. Okay, now you're going to get the same number, but on the top, that negative value became positive, and this guy became negative. So it's going to be 1. It's going to be the same number. It's just it will be the negative version of that number. Okay, so -1 is it. But what I mean is you're going to get the positive number up here, but you're going to get the same number negatively here. So that would produce -1 because these guys are going to be the same. Okay. So, this guy's easy, just 4, right? Okay. This guy right here, okay. So this is, you have to remember that this would be the x plus 1, and then x squared plus x plus 1 over x plus 1. So if you plugged in a -1, you would have got a 0 over 0. But these guys do cancel out, so now the limit as x approaches -1 of x squared plus x plus 1 equals -1 squared plus -1 plus 1, which actually equals +1. Okay, let me just double check that. Ooh, whoa, what? I'm dumb. I'm dumb today. Oh, yeah, dude, I did not do a minus right there. Oof. Minus. So that would be a plus. Now I got to square the guy. Shoot, man, that's 3. See, that's why I looked at the answer key. Yeah, dumb mistake. Okay. Oh, man, it's always addition and subtraction with me. Where are we at? Ooh, 13 minutes.